Many have said that Gigachad Island does not exist. We set out to prove them wrong. I'm Barnabas Turnbull, and as always, I'm yours for the taking. Now, it is widely believed that Gigachads were created in a secret laboratory on Gigachad Island by none other than Dr. Charles Fitzwallop, a famed doctor and scientist in the Victorian era. Dr. Fitzwallop secured funding from several governments to create what they believed would be a super soldier. We were able to secure rare footage of an interview with Dr. Fitzwallop, mere days after the containment breach that occurred. What you are about to see is a mercurial man caught after a disastrous occurrence, defending his greatest accomplishment. I created Gigachads to fill a hole in a world grown weak and despondent. When they broke their containment on Gigachad Island, I saw this not as a failure, but as a testament to their power and to their promise. In the right hands, Gigachads can wrench history back from the ne'er-do-wells and ensure that we move forward together into a just and reasonable tomorrow. If we destroy the Gigachads, we lose our greatest hope for this future. I implore you, do not eradicate humankind's greatest ally and my children. You have to leave the frame, Dr. Fitzwallop. Righto then. As it turned out, Dr. Fitzwallop's pleas fell upon deaf ears. Task forces from several governments hunted and killed the rest of the Gigachads. Or so they thought. My team and I set out to join the multitude of fame seekers, bounty hunters, and curiosity seekers that arrive on Gigachad Isle every year to search for what locals swear are the remaining Gigachads, hidden on Gigachad Isle. We were able to track down some of Charles Fitzwallop's old colleagues in the weeks preceding our visit to the island to try to shed some light on why he did what he did and who he was as a man and as a scientist. Charles? What's that? Charles? Yes, fabulous fellow. Always very active at the club. I'm sure whatever he did was above board. Yes. Oh, what a fickle creature is man. Right, but vainglorious. If ever there was a sign that our time was coming to an end, it would be Charles Fitzwallop. If I get the chance, I'll kill him myself. Absolutely spiffing chap. I, for one, donated a large portion of my inheritance to the Gigachad efforts, and I think it's a great tragedy that the world put a stop to his efforts. Empires are not built and maintained without men like Charles, and I shudder to think of what the future will look like without him. Yes. Goodbye. Armed with this crucial knowledge, and of course, an arsenal of weaponry that probably shouldn't be taken on into a residential zone, we embarked on to the Isle of Giga. It, at first glance, seems a sleepy town on an island. But we knew it was far more insidious. We visited the site of Fitzwallop's secret laboratory, but were not able to enter. The only local that agreed to speak with us told us of the last known location of a Gigachad sighting. He, however, also told us that, due to the ferocity and size of the Gigachads, that we would surely be killed. We were, to be perfectly honest, quite shaken by his description of the Gigachad, and decided to cut our losses. We all agreed that we would perhaps return the next year, with a larger complement of men and a more ambitious armory. While initially this felt to be a letdown, I reminded the group of the old English adage: better to be let down in Chelsea than put down in Liverpool. So yes, I hope that this documentary has given you some insight into the origins and continuing problem of the Gigachad and its creator. I have been Barnabas Turnbull, and I wish you a good day. Right, yeah. I'm Bigsby-on-sea, and I've known Charlie since we were both little lads, and even then he had a very developed sense of right and wrong. I think both of our professional careers can be traced back to one day when we was boating on the Thames, and he got a hold of a mud kipper. Now, I tried to get him to put it back in, as it was gasping for air, and they're no good for eating anyway. But he kept it out and attempted to communicate with it. Now, he says that he was successful, but I didn't see any signs of that. The mudkipper died, but Charlie felt that he had made some sort of breakthrough, and that's when he devoted his life to work on genetics and communication with species and creatures other than humans. For he believed that through studying and understanding them, we could further our dominance and of the planet and improve our future. Now, I'll admit that was the day that I realized that Charlie was a dangerous man, not to be underestimated. And when the Gigachad eradication task forces were created, I was one of the first to volunteer.
Their screams still echo in my head. But they were some of the happiest days of my life, so I suppose I have him to thank for that. Right, hope that helped.